We have rumors of not one, but two new very hype brands coming to Sephora. And if you thought that blush releases was a thing of the past, everybody sit down, grab a beer. I have so many new blush releases to talk about. Honestly, I think they're all in cahoots with each other. Welcome to this week's new makeup releases, where we chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked. I'll let you know how I feel about these things, and then you let me know down in the comments how you feel about these things. There are quite a few interesting releases this week, and I am so excited to be sharing them with you. If you are interested in seeing more about these releases, or if you want to shop through my affiliated links or codes, those are always going to be down in the description box. Don't forget to check that out as you're watching the video. I will also pop them up in YouTube shopping for your convenience. And I did film this look. I actually filmed this look with something that hasn't been revealed or announced yet, and we will be talking about that next week. But just know that this one is coming next week. Okay. Let's start talking about the rumors. There are rumors that Rhode is coming to Sephora. I feel like Rhode is one of the most hyped brands as of late that is not sold at any major retailer. They are only available at their own website, and I feel like I didn't scoochie. I mean, scoochie to the side. Okay, picture Rhode. I feel like Rhode is such a hype brand. I did actually get my order from Rhode in. Super quick shipping, by the way. I did buy 2 of the lip liners, a blush, and a lip treatment. I'm gonna do a trying new makeup as of late. I bought the Natasha Denona blushes as well, and I want to buy the Lawless foundation, but I am waiting to see if I get it in PR or not. But I want to try out some new products, and I am so excited to be trying out Rhode finally and like sharing my thoughts about the brand. But Rhode coming to Sephora, I think, is we've now established, we talked about that last week, that Give Beauty is exiting Sephora. I have a sneaking suspicion that Rhode is gonna have one of those smaller gondolas that Give Beauty has, because Rhode has skincare. They have a bunch of skincare. They have a bunch of lip treatments in different colors, blushes, lip liners, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So they don't really need a big gondola at this time, and I feel like it would be perfect for Rhode to be one of those smaller gondolas, or maybe even be at the end cap with their products, just like checking out Sephora a bit, seeing if it's a good fit. And I'm actually excited to see. I haven't tried the brand yet, but I'm always excited to see new brands come into Sephora, because I always feel like the gondolas are always so sleek and nice at Sephora. There's something about it. I know everybody's rooting for Ulta, and I love Ulta too, but I gotta be honest, I do prefer the shopping experience at Sephora. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Another brand that we have seen some rumors about that is supposedly coming to Sephora. Well, it's announced. It is not supposedly. I did literally see a post from Sephora this morning announcing that Isamaya is coming to Sephora. What is really interesting about this is that, and I'm gonna talk about this from like a brand owner perspective. So Isamaya Beauty has literally scrapped their entire line. All the things that were available with Isamaya before, gone. No eyeshadow palettes, no male genitalia lipsticks, none of the horse themed things. All of those things gone from the website, no longer available. She's literally scrapped her entire line and come out with a new core line, which is going to be available at Sephora. Everything else, gone. No longer on the website. I think there's like 1 or 2 of her newer collabs, like the face wipes, and I think the eyelashes as well are available on the website. Other than that, not a single thing. So I think, and again, this is going to be my thing, so I think that investors saw the hype around Isamaya. Isamaya herself is a very famous makeup artist, and I think that she has also been a product developer or a product creator for other big brands. I don't remember exactly which one, but like a well-known brand. Like, you know this brand, and it slipped my mind right now. And I think investors were like, listen, we'll invest in your brand, we'll make you be able to do a full line of like core products, and we can get you into Sephora, because when you're into Sephora, you have to, of course, pay for all the inventory, but you also have to pay for your own gondola, if not totally mistaken. Also, going into Sephora it's pretty expensive to be at retailers, because they want a 40 or 50% margin, which means that you have to produce your products at a lower cost to be able to either you have to raise the prices or produce your products at a lower cost. These are one of the 2 options. So I think investors said, we're getting rid of all of the old things, out with the old, in with the new year, new Isamaya, and let's get into Sephora. And that's why her entire old line has been scratched. And the new line, which is a core line, I did look at this. I was like, oh, maybe this is the time for me to try Isamaya. It is still not exactly, it's just not my vibe. I went in and I looked at the stuff and I'm like, I don't think this is for me. I might buy one or two things when it comes to Sephora, but I wasn't that excited. I wasn't that excited. So there is a skin enhancing duo. This is the one where I'm like, oh, I could be interested in this. It is a cream blush and highlighter. All of these things are new, by the way. There is a sculpting stick, which is a precision cream contour stick. That did look really nice. But the pictures and the descriptions on the website, and I understand it just launched on the website, and I think it's launching like real soon at Sephora. There are no descriptions, there are no pictures, they're not even like, it's awful. It's awful. Like, don't launch until you're ready. Like, somebody please tell me. You can't just launch contour products and just be like, this is kind of a picture of it, but actually it's not. It's awful. I gotta be honest. The website is an absolute mess. There is no way that you'll be able to pick out a good shade for you. Nobody is describing anything. Nobody is showing anything on anyone. It's just not good. So I didn't buy any of it. Then there is a lip plumping serum. You know, I don't want that. A mascara, an eyeliner. And then there is a color correcting concealer with caffeine. It was one of those metal tips. I was like, maybe not. Maybe, and especially maybe not for $40. There is a sheer lip balm. There are lip liners. And then there are sheer metallic lip balms. And then there is a color correcting skin tint serum, which I do think could be really interesting because it was like supposed to like counteract or bring out, it was supposed to give like warmth to olive skin tone. There was one for redness. And I will say, and I don't say this to sound like a bratty, but like I don't really have a lot of redness. I don't have my skin, I don't have any concern like that I need a special primer with. The only thing that I have is that I need something that mattifies my skin a bit. So none of that was interesting for me. And then there were some skincare things. This is a pretty high-end price tag. The prices seem to be around, I would say, Patrick Ta, but also the packaging seems pretty luxe. The reason why I'm saying I think that she's been snatched up by investors is to produce this entire line with all of these colors with custom packaging. That is so many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't think you understand. Like, it's so much money. It's so much money. So much money. So I doubt that that is self-funded. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what I'm saying. All of this coming out at the same time. I'm excited though to see it. I hope they get a gauntlet at Sephora. I hope it comes to my Sephora. I think it is launching on the 10th. In stores on the 25th of February. So I think that sounds super exciting. This isn't a brand for me. It's never been a brand that's totally intrigued me. It's just a different way of doing their makeup than like how I do my makeup, which is totally fine. But I'm intrigued to see new brands come into Sephora. And especially brands that are a little bit different because Isamaya is different. And also Rhode does have a little bit of a different vibe to it. So I'm excited to see where this is like going. I think it's exciting. Let's talk about some other things that are coming to Sephora. One of them is LYS is releasing a Speak Love Lip Plumping Glossy Lip Balm. And this is in their triangular packaging. I think this is really cool to do with like lip products as well. This is a lip balm treatment. And why is it plumping? It says hyaluronic acid infuses lips with intensive long-lasting hydration. It's got shea seed oil. High Shine Ultra Conditioning Lip Balm dispenses just the right amount of product. Yabbity yabbity yabbity. Why is it plumping? I don't know. If it's tingling, I don't want it. Honestly, I'm not in the mood for a new lip product regardless, but I do think it's cool with a triangular tip for a lip product. Let's go into some blushes then, because we have so many blushes to talk about. First of all, we have blushes from Tower 28. Tower 28 is coming out with GetSet Matte Powder Blush. I love a good blush. I mean, you can see today I'm wearing a glowy cheek. I love a glowy cheek, and I am so into highlighters again. I just think highlighters are so exciting, and there are actually some highlighters to talk about as well. I'm wondering if this might be the year where we start getting like the return of highlighters, and also matte lips. We have matte lips to talk about. This looks beautiful. The colors are really nice, a little bit predictable maybe. And it's a matte blush, which isn't my absolute favorite. So for me, I do think I might get this in PR because I do get PR from Tower 28. I'm gonna try one out and I'll probably gift the others. if I get them in PR. But if I didn't get this in PR, this would have been one of those releases that I would have just opted out because I'm not super intrigued by matte blushes. Also, look at how similar that packaging is to the new packaging. This is also new blushes, and this is from Rare Beauty. Very interesting to see how Rare Beauty and Tower 28 are releasing something that's so similar. And also we had that blush end of last year, or was it summer? I don't even remember, from Nabla, which was also a matte blush, also a very similar packaging. It's so interesting to see all of these like great minds think alike. So this is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blush, which makes me slightly more intrigued because I think this is going to be one of those like putty to powder formulas. This bouncy buildable formula has a putty-like texture that blends like a cream and blurs like a powder. It gives cheeks an airy cloud-like flush with a smooth, weightless matte finish that won't settle, emphasize texture, or dry out your skin. Seems that it's going to be long lasting and like water resistant and stuff. Again, I'm not that into a matte blush. I do tend to get PR from Rare Beauty as well, and especially that super bright like orangey papaya colored yumminess in the middle. I feel like that one would be interesting for me to try out. If I get this in PR, I will try one out to see how the texture is and see which one I prefer. But again, matte blushes will just never get me that excited. But I think you can find these already on Sephora. I will leave, like I said, all the links down below in case you're interested. We also have, and these are available in Europe right now, this is from Lancome, and they are releasing new blushes, the Blush Subtil Extension. So I think they're releasing new shades. What I will say, these are very interesting shades for a brand like Lancome. And I don't say that in a demeaning way, but I'd say that a lot of brands like Lancome, Clinique, Estee Lauder, they tend to be a little bit on the safe side when it comes to color selection. It tends to be more classic reds and pinks and mauves and a couple of peaches, ooh, shaking it up. But this one has like a really deep wine color. It has a bricky red. It has like an almost like a tangerine beige. I'm like leaning a little orange. There are some interesting shades. There is a brush in here. I've said this story before, but I was on a call or some kind of a speak, something like a presentation by a luxury brand. And I asked them, why do we keep seeing these small brushes in your compacts and nobody wants that? And she said, incorrect. Our customers, the customers of department store makeup, actually gets upset when there's not a brush in the compact. And they did try for a while to get rid of the brushes from the compacts, but their customers were like, hey, where's my brush? So they put them back. So I am guessing the reason why Lancome still does brushes in their compacts is because their customer actually is kind of fond of that. More blushes, and this one I am intrigued by because I can be into, I don't care if the blush formula is satin or metallic or a high shine glass formula or something in between. I like a glowy cheek regardless. I will say the less the sheen, the easier to wear, but this one, this is from the Sephora brand and this looks fun. This is called the Colorful Blush Glaze, and this is a compact powder, a new hybrid product combining the intense pigmentation of a blush with the pearly finish of a luminizer for a glazed makeup effect. That sounds really, really nice. It comes in 5 different colors. I definitely want to try this one out when it comes to the US. Again, it has that like deep like wine color and then a couple of neutrals and a bright pink, and I'm excited to see what kind of finish this will get, because usually, and I will say this, with Sephora brand, they have a tendency of like duping, like the in-house Sephora brand has a tendency of like duping other Sephora brands, which shady, not shady, I don't know what to say about that. They also have a tendency of like releasing products and like discontinuing them within a couple of months. So if you're interested in this product, I would say move fast because it might be discontinued real fast. I think I might snag this one up and try it because it does sound like something that I would enjoy, especially now getting into spring. I'm so excited that we are getting into spring. Speaking of more blushes, did you think we were done? No. We are not done. There is also a new blush product coming from DeDe Signature, and this is an indie brand, and they're also releasing a palette. We'll talk about that in a bit. But they are releasing a liquid blush and lip like tint. These are a silky blendable and packed with pigment that gives you effortlessly flushed glow. I thought that these were for lips too. Or maybe it's only blushes. Maybe it's my mistake. I thought they were for lips, and I might be mistaken, but let's call them blushes now then. I thought I read like blush and lip, but they might only be for the cheeks. So they did actually send me 3 of the shades. DeDe asked me, like, what shades do you want? I love that when I'm able to, like, and I understand it's really hard for any brand to be like, what shades do you want? But there are so many shades released, and she's like, which one are you the most interested in? So I'm so grateful that I was able to pick. She sent me 3 of these, and I'm so excited. When are these launching? Oh, these are launching today, February 7th. They are launching today. You can use my code with DD Signature and get some money off. And together with these blushes, there's also a palette launching. This is called the Shattered Romance palette, and I do have this palette with me. It's a 9-pan palette that's a little Valentine's Day themed, and it has like purples and pinks, a couple of muted colors, a couple of bright colors, some dark colors, and then there are 3, I think there are 2 duochromes and 1 multichrome in here. They look very, very cute. I just looked at this palette, and honestly, it looks really cute. I think you could do quite a lot of different things with this palette. I'm excited to try it out. I just got it, so I haven't been able to dig into it, but it looks really promising. Did we have any other blushes to talk about? Listen, there might be more blushes. Okay, no more new blushes now, but we do have 2 bronzers to talk about. One of them being the Cabana Club Blurring Bronzer by Polite Society. This is going to be available at Ulta and at our website real soon. And we've seen like a sneak peek of the little display here. It looks really cute. I'm loving it's almost like an awning with like the pale lavender and the white. I'm loving the look of that. I love a good bronzer. I really do. Bronzers it's one of those products that are not super fun to shop for, but I think bronzers, like, it's one of those things that makes the most difference to the face, I feel like, when I apply them. It's like eyebrows, concealer, bronzer. I feel like those make the most difference to lip pencils. Oh, I love a good lip pencil. But I love a good bronzer, and I might be interested in trying these. I've always loved like a satin bronzer, but as of late, I've realized that a good matte blurring bronzer is honestly wonderful. The other bronzer is this absolutely pitiful excuse of a bronzer from Guerlain. I love the packaging. The packaging is delightful. That yellow packaging with the turquoise, I absolutely love it with the burning passion. But what is this shade range? And you're probably thinking, what do you mean? No, it's the same bronzer in 3 different packaging. No. Look at these swatches. These are, according to them, the range. These are the 3 shades. I feel like we're at that like meme when it's like, tell me the difference between these pictures, and it's like, there's no difference. They're the same picture. That's what this is giving. Look at how pitiful it looks on, let's be honest, the medium tan arm. There is not a shade for her here. In 2025, launching like this, it's like, just say it with your full chest. We don't want to make a shade for you. I don't understand this at all. It's available in 3 best-selling shades of Terracotta Light. That's a very fitting name. And each has a different color accent. It's like a gold, a pink, and a warm beige. I get it, but I don't get it. I understand all your customers are like white people, but like, why do you think that is? Like, what? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. Are you ashamed putting out this picture? Being like, look, there's something for everyone. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about highlighters, because we do have a couple of highlighters, and I'm really hoping we get to see some really yummy highlighters this year. Talked about a couple last week. We also have this new highlighter coming from Profusion at the drugstore. This is the Radiant Glow Illuminating Liquid Highlighter. It comes in a rosy shade and a golden shade. It looks gorgeous. It comes with a doe foot, and it says it's a buildable glow, and I'm guessing, I hope with only 2 shades, that means that it is like a sheer, because I feel like with a highlighter you can get away with less shades, because if it is a nice transparent base that you can build up, they do say buildable, you're able to let your skin color like shine through the sheen. I think it looks really beautiful. Again, they should probably have more shades, but it does depend on the formula, what kind of formula that they are offering. I feel like I saw another highlighter. This is not a highlighter, but this is a glowy product, and I am so excited. I will 1,000,000% be trying this one out. This is from Danessa Myricks. She says that this one is coming on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Is that next Friday? I think that's next Friday. So we'll talk about it more next Friday. Something radiant is coming. Here's a sneak peek of our newest addition to our viral and award-winning Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I use that as a skin tint during warm days so much. It's a wonderful product. I absolutely love it. Your favorite foundation's favorite primer or skin tint. I use the tinted one as a skin tint all the time, just got a glow up, and I'm guessing they're gonna come out with one with glow in it. So this product has Upsolite in it, which is an amazing product to get rid of excess oils and to keep your skin matte. So you'll be able to get a glow, but still staying non-greasy. That sounds great to me. I'm definitely intrigued to try this one out. I wonder if it's gonna come in different shades. I'm so intrigued to be trying it. 1,000,000% on my wish list. Let me know if you like this product, because I like using it. I like using the tinted version on its own as a skin tint, and I love it. My skin loves it. Oh, here's the highlighter. I wanted to talk about this. Vieve is a brand that I feel like is such a sleeper brand. They have such good quality, and I love a lot of their products, but I feel like there's never like a lot of hype around the brand. I'm not sure why, because it's such a nice brand, but they are releasing a new color in their liquid highlighter. So this is the Nova Glow Liquid Light, and they are releasing a rosy shade that's called Ballerina. I have one of these shades. It's like a champagne gold, and I mentioned that in my yearly favorites of 2023. It's an amazing product. It is still in my collection. It is a great liquid highlighter. It blends wonderfully with like liquid blushes to give them a glow. So they're coming out with a pink shade too, and I think that that is amazing in case you don't want to get something that's like warm. Oh, there's more blushes. These, I am so intrigued to see how these are gonna be, how people are gonna feel about these. Remember last year we had that big scandal when the YSL blushes, they had like this lavender blush that they had swatched on a darker skin tone, and people with the darker skin tone got the blush, swatched it, and they're like, I don't think that this is the same blush. I don't think that this is the blush that the makeup artist was using, because it didn't have that transparent base. It didn't have that pinky undertone. It just looked like white paste on their skin. And it was truly a test of like, you can't trust everything you see online when the brand is being, this is the product we use. Actually, sometimes they're lying. So they were showing these blushes and showing them on different skin tones, saying that these will work on all skin tones. But clearly, when people got them and tried them, that wasn't true. So now they have released 2 new shades in this blush formula. So it is Make Me Blush Blurring Liquid, and they are releasing a magenta that's called Mischievous Magenta, and then like an orangey, muted orangey red that is called Chili Crush. I don't know how these are going to be received, I'm going to be honest, because of how people felt about their other liquid blushes. And I feel like if you are gonna make a blush that doesn't look good on a dark skin tone, because not everything looks good on everyone, but don't release a line that only has blushes for one skin tone, and don't pretend that you use that blush on another skin tone and say, hey, look, it works on this skin tone, when it actually clearly does not. If you are gonna release blushes that only work on fair skin, at least, again, say it with your full chest. Don't fake a swatch or fake a picture with someone else and say like, oh, we use this blush, because people are gonna buy the blush, they're gonna try it, and they're gonna be like, I doubt that. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a color or a specific shade that only works for a few skin tones, as long as your entire range doesn't do exactly that. And I always feel like it feels so shady when like a year later, they're like, oh, here's some shades for darker skin tones. It's just like, I don't know about that. So I don't know how I feel about this. I don't even know if this formula was any good, but I'm intrigued to see people react to this, if they're good or not. But I also always think that like there's nothing wrong in admitting your mistake and trying to be better. I think the most important thing is to see, what about their next product launch? Have they learned from their mistakes? We also have to chat about the fact that Lethal Cosmetics has announced that they're doing another collab, and this time they are doing a collab with Adventure Time. I think this is so adorable and so smart, and I'm so excited to see what this is going to be. I actually have a mysterious mystery package arriving from Germany today, and I have a sneaking suspicion what's going to be in it, because I don't know. Although this is not releasing until May. Okay, first of all, why are we sneak peeking something that's releasing in May? And that means also that it could not be that what the package is, because there's no way they're sending me PR if it's releasing in May. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna think. I know for a fact that there are brands out there that are working on collabs, and then they see someone revealing or releasing something that is very similar, or they hear about a brand that is gonna do the same kind of a collab and they're like, wait, I have to show people that I'm already working on this so that people don't think that I was second, or so that people don't think that I'm copying anyone. And I know that for a fact that there's been brands that have been like, hey, look at this, that we're working on for the future, just to be able to show people, hey, when we show you this in a bit, you know that we've been working on this for a long time. I know for a fact that that happens. It can also be sometimes when you sign these kind of contracts for collabs, I know the contracts and the people that they collab with can be very particular in the requests that they have. And who knows, one of the requests could be, hey, we want you to sneak peek this already in February. Who knows? I know a lot of things go into these collabs. A lot of these things go into these contracts and the different things, and every brand, like I'm not talking about Lethal Cosmetics now, every like franchise want different things and have different visions for what they want this one collab to be, because I've never seen anyone else do any collabs with Adventure Time, and I think this collab leans itself to a lot of fun and playful things, and I'm excited to see the color story. I'm excited to see the packaging. I think that's going to be amazing. They killed it, pun intended, with the collab that they did with Dexter. I think the packaging was beautiful, and I love the Avatar, the Last Airbender collab that they did. Truly the best collab of 2024, and I am so excited to see what this is going to be. I don't know much about Adventure Time. I watched some of it, but it's not one of the franchises that I'm like super familiar with, but that doesn't mean that I'm not super excited about it, and I cannot wait to see what this is going to be. I am sure they're going to be kicking it out of the park. Let's talk about another trend that I have seen, and I'm wondering if this is going to be a trend or if it's just that it happens to be a couple of things releasing like this in a short amount of time. Last week we talked about Pixi releasing markers for the lips, like lip stains, and this week I saw that Tarte is releasing something similar with their lip liners, which is very intriguing, because I feel like it's something I haven't seen this being done as like a lip liner before, except I think Stila did it, but I didn't like those because they were marketed as a lip stain, but they had no staying power, and I'm like, you have one job and you're not even good at that. So I didn't like those at all. These are the Maracuja Juicy Lip Stain Liner by Tarte. 12 shades, $22 each. They're available now at Tarte Cosmetics. They usually do end up on either Sephora and or Ulta. Sometimes both, sometimes one of them, sometimes neither of them. You can get them as a duo also for $26 with one of those like the plump gloss sticks. I'm so over those. I don't want to see them ever again in my life, but I'm intrigued to try one of these lip liners for sure. I will definitely be trying that out. And I also saw a marker from, where did I see it? I feel like it was like a drugstore brand. Oh, here it is. This is the new Perfect Pout Lip Liner Stain from Wet n Wild. 3 different colors. These are $4.99 each. I have no idea how these are going to be, but I'm like, is this like a little micro trend that we're going to be able to see in the makeup community? A lot of these like marker products are coming out. I'm not 100% sure, but I did think it was really intriguing to see 3 brands in such a short amount of time coming out with something so similar. I also saw, and this is from Hard Candy, they're also coming out with a lip product, but this is a lip blur by Hard Candy, inspired by the soft look of a blurred lipstick with a tissue, and it is a cloudy soft color with blurred edges, velvety smooth cushiony texture, soft comfortable feel, built-in soft sponge blotting tool, 5 shades, and it is available at Hard Candy and also at Walmart. I'm telling you, matte lips is the shit this year, okay? I don't want to say you heard it here first, but I've been telling for a really long time, for months and months, we are seeing the comeback of matte lips, but in a new, updated, and modern version, like these from Makeup Revolution. This is the Revolution Air Blur Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is again one of those moussey, like blurring, soft, they're not fully opaque, but you can build them up. These have been such a hit in the Asian makeup market, and they finally have made it here, and I'm excited to try these out. There are so many things I want to try from Makeup Revolution. Sometimes they send me PR, sometimes they don't. I want to do a full face of Makeup Revolution, and I don't know if they're gonna send me these or not. So I feel like I'm due for like maybe making an order or something, ordering some of the things. I want to wait maybe a couple of more days and see if they're sending them to me in PR or not. But I think at the end of this week, if I haven't gotten it, I'm going to make an order and I'm definitely going to be trying this out. I feel a couple of these shades seem really intrigued. They're $10 each at the Makeup Revolution website. And again, matte lips. I think we're gonna see a lot of matte lips. These are not matte lips though. This is something totally different, and this is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Gloss Balm Sticks. These are the ones that Fenty released last year. They're now coming out with 6 new shades, and all of these shades are more sparkly, glittery shades, which not my journey. I actually didn't even like this product. I thought it was too goopy, too pigmented. If I want a gloss on my lips, I want something that's a little thinner and a little sheerer. It is a glossy medium pigment lipstick. I don't know if these are less pigmented than the original gloss sticks, but the original ones, the ones that came out last year, they were full on opaque, and that's just not normally my journey. It's never gonna be my preferred way of wearing a glossy lip. It's just not my favorite. Other people love it, but I'm just saying, if you're like me and you don't want, I even think that the gloss that I'm wearing today is slightly too pigmented for my liking. I don't like a fully opaque glossy lip. And if you're like me, that gloss stick from Fenty wasn't my favorite. Maybe these are a little bit more sheer because they're a sparkly formula. I'm not 100% sure, but these are gonna be some sparkly shades. I think it is interesting. There's dark brown, there is a lavender, there's like a bubblegum pink, and Fenty Glow, the original Gloss Bomb shade, is now in a stick form as well with some shimmer like the original. I think that's really smart. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this. I'm just not one of them. We also are seeing a fully new makeup brand, and this is coming to Target, and this is Versed, which has been like a skincare brand that has been very hyped on social media. You've seen all those influencers with the poofy headband, you know, that really poofy headband that's like squishy, like looks like a squishy cuddly toy, but like in a headband. That's Versed PR, and they are now releasing makeup, and it's going to be available at Target on the 16th of February. And they are releasing a whole bunch of things. They are releasing skin tints, concealers, glow drops, face primer, exfoliating lip scrub, blush sticks, illuminating stick, bronzer sticks, lip blush, mascara, brow gel, eyeshadow, lip serum, all the things. Let me know, are you intrigued in this? Do you want me to try it out? I have gotten PR from Versed. I don't know if they're gonna send me this or not. Are you interested in me trying it out? I feel like new, like affordable brands are always fun to try out. So I feel like maybe this could be something for me to let you know if like you have the same preferences as me, if this is worth it or not, because it is a fairly affordable brand at Target. Oh, I forgot to mention, Tarte actually also has a new creaseless glow skin filter by Tarte. Didn't they have this? I feel like they released this. Didn't they release their version of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Finish? Because that's what this is. This is wear alone as a primer, mixed in as a highlighter topper, hydrating skin loving formula, zero glitter, glossy oil blend and porcelain flower, blah blah. They had this. Didn't they have this? I am so sure the Tarte released this. Are they just releasing it again? I know they had this. Am I living in a simulation? Because like I am sure that Tarte released something like this. 10 different shades. It says that it's new, $32. Am I going insane? This isn't new, right? We saw something like this from Tarte. And this is making me realize we are actually in the simulation. And this is a simulation of 2016 because listen, Wet n Wild are releasing a mega glitter shimmer liquid lipstick. You know the one you put on, smack your lips together and it's glitter? You don't get to tell me that 2016 makeup is not back and this is being released at the market at the same time. I'm telling you. 2016 makeup is back, but I think we're gonna see it in a different version. I think we are moving into an era with visible makeup again. Are we gonna see the caterpillar lashes, the blocked brows, the stripe of highlighter? No, I don't think so. I think we're gonna see a new version of 2016 makeup where I say that I think we're gonna take the things that we learned from clean girl aesthetic, the no makeup makeup, and the flawless finished skin, and I think we're gonna move slowly into from invisible makeup to visible makeup, but still learning these tricks of not making it look too much and making it look like a version that you still can move about in the world. Because I'll be the first one to tell you, a lot of the makeup that we saw in 2016, I saw people walking around with that in real life, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't look good. It didn't look good. Did my makeup always look good? Probably not. Probably not. But I did see some very, like, I am sure that with a Snapchat filter, that makeup looks amazing. But right now, you and I, face to face, not so much. So I think we are going to move into a modern, sleeker, more, dare I say, demure version of 2016 makeup. And I don't think it's going to be the version of 2016 makeup that we know. I think we're just gonna move into more visible makeup. I wouldn't be surprised if we are seeing some smudgy, smoky looks, some more visible lip products, matte lips. Like I said, I think we're gonna see more highlighters again because I feel like we moved away from that. So I'm intrigued to see, but this glitter lipstick, who asked for this? Who said, you know what I want to have back? Glitter lipsticks. Yeah, that's the one. I'd rather have the caterpillar. Do I? No, I'd rather have the glitter lipsticks over the caterpillar eyelashes. Yeah. I do wish that liquid liner can make a nice comeback though. Oh, and really glossy, glassy highlighters. I never fell out of love with that. It seems like Kosas is releasing a loose powder, which is very intriguing because I feel like last year was the year of loose powders, but Kosas is coming now. This is the Cloud Set powder, which was a very hyped baked powder that they have, and this is their loose version. $38, talc free, ultra translucent, yada yada yada. It's coming in 4 different shades. I am gonna opt out. I have so many powders that I like, and I just recently discovered that the Glam Light powder is actually amazing. So I have so many powders that I'm using, so I'm gonna opt out of this one. I do like the packaging of it though. It looks really cute. This isn't the kind of product that I'm looking for, so I'm gonna sit that one out. Ooh, I forgot to talk about the fact that we have another collab with Betty Boop. Was it last year? Oh my god, time does fly. Either last year or the year before, Glam Light had a collab with Betty Boop, which is to date one of their best eyeshadow palettes they've ever released. The quality is incredible. And this year, Betty Boop for Valentine's Day is doing a collab with Beauty Creations. This is not the first time the Beauty Creations, if I'm not mistaken, has done the same collab as Glam Light. Or maybe it's that they're doing the same collab as Glam Light and sometimes as Colourpop as well. I think that this one looks a-okay. They're a fairly affordable brand. I think for me, the Glam Light palette, it just looks so much better than this. I don't want to be like shady or anything, but it just looks so much better than what this does. So I still have that one. If I want to do Betty Boop makeup, I'll use that one. But just wanted to let you know that that one is releasing as well. Do we have anything else that I would want to talk about? Oh, Ilia is coming out with eyeshadow crayons. This is an eye stylus shadow stick, long-lasting cream eyeshadow. It's a weightless eyeshadow stick with an angled tip that glides seamlessly to deliver long-wearing waterproof pigment that resists creasing. It is a matte lip crayon, and there's a couple of like cuter shades, I guess. But this isn't for me at all. I mean, you can tell by the color selection here. Maybe some of them have a little shimmer. Eyeshadow crayons have just never been for me. I know they're more of that effortless, put some makeup on, get out the door, but if there's one thing that my makeup is not, it is effortless. I'll do effortless when it comes to dressing up. I'll do effortless when it comes to my hair. My makeup? No. She's effort. Okay, there's been effort put into this. Ooh, I have one more matte lip to talk about. This is M Cosmetics. They're also coming out with a blurring matte lip tint. It is the Phantom Blur Lip Tint, glides on weightlessly, leaving behind a soft, focused, suede-like stain that lasts up to 8 hours. Again, I'm telling you, it is the Matte Lips Reimagined, which is just a soft blurring, not like a fully opaque color. It's more like a matte lip stain with a blurred effect. Matte lips are coming back. I think it looks really cute, and I could be intrigued to try this one out. There are a few really intriguing colors here. Like there's a cool tone beige. It seems to be a terracotta in here as well. I could be intrigued to be trying this one out. I honestly don't think it looks that bad at all. I wonder if that was everything that I wanted to talk about. Let us double check if we have seen anything new since I sat down. Oh, we do see a sneak peek from Artitude Cosmetics here actually. any guesses of the palette name? Launching February 14th on Valentine's Day. You can use my code Agnieszka with RD2 Cosmetics and get some money off. I'm intrigued to see what kind of color story they're doing. I also know that RD2 Cosmetics went through a little bit of a rebrand. They did change the branding of the name, and they did change the logo and the colors and the website and stuff. I always think that sometimes, every now and then, you need to spruce up your brand a bit and do a rebranding. I think that's super smart. I love the new logo that they're having, and I'm excited to see them come out with a new palette. We'll talk more about that next week because it's clearly launching next week. But I hope that you like the new releases. Please let me know which one is your favorite. I have a couple of favorites that I really want to try out. There's a couple like the Sephora blush I really want to try out. There's a couple of these matte lip products that I really want to try out. It looks really, really amazing. Oh, and there was something that I was like, oh, I'm definitely buying this. Oh, the Lethal collab, of course. I am excited about the bronzer from Polite Society, quite honestly. I'm loving that new lip liner from Tarte. I might actually end up purchasing that one and trying it out. I think that's going to be really fun. The DeDe signature release looks absolutely beautiful. Now I'm like, what was the release where I'm like, oh, I really need to buy that? Maybe it was the Sephora one, because I'm definitely getting that one. Oh, the Danessa Myricks one. I cannot wait for that primer as well. I am so excited to see what that is going to be all about. I feel like Danessa Myricks is a brand that's actually out here like innovating in a sea of people copying each other. Danessa Myricks is just doing her own thing, and I absolutely love it. Don't forget to check the description box for more info about all of the products that we've been talking about. I will not link the things that I'm wearing on my face right now because I am wearing some things that are being revealed next week, but we'll talk about that probably on Monday. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. I'm taking the weekend off to hang out with my friend. We're gonna have 80 degrees here in Austin, and I'm super excited. And I'll see you again on Monday for a new video. Actually, I will probably have a book video throughout this weekend. If you're interested in book content, check out my book channel down below. But I'll see you with a new makeup video on Monday. Bye!